cold case is a murder or missing persons investigation that's gone cold, where every lead has been exhausted and the trail runs dry. But when new evidence emerges, the case can be brought back to life, offering one last chance for justice.
In the Big Bend, the pain of unsolved crimes lingers, and the silence of unanswered questions is deafening. The Big Bend Cold Case Task Force was born from that silence, a promise to families that justice will not rest.
I'm Detective Mark Ray. I've been with TPD for 13 years. We have been tasked with investigating cold case homicides and missing person cases. Recently, we adopted the Malique Richardson homicide case.
The case of 24-year-old Malique Richardson is one of many that remains unsolved and is now being headed up by the Big Bend Cold Case Task Force.
July the 8th of 2022 at around 1 a.m. there was a shooting call at 1505 West Tharp Street, which was called Seminole Grand Apartments.
Family now mourning a young man killed just shy of his 25th birthday.
Malique, a young Marine, was visiting his girlfriend when his life was tragically cut short. He answered a knock at the door, and moments later, shots were fired by an unknown assailant.
Just casual knocking. It wasn't pounding, it wasn't opening the door, it wasn't anything. It was just boom, 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 then one stop knocking.
It appears that Malique was a complete innocent victim in this case, and therefore, because of that, it's very difficult to solve. Typical investigations focus on people that might have known the victim as the perpetrator, but in this case, those leads didn't pan out.
The family of Malique Richardson is remembering him 1 year after his murder in a Tallahassee apartment.
2 years later, the pain still feels fresh for Malique's family.
It's like our family functions is never the same because that was his task, his calling. He was the party person. When we did have family functions, Malique was that one that was gonna get the party started. Like, he was on the floor dancing. He was overall just a wonderful person. My son was a giving person. He has a TikTok out that there was a homeless person that came into his job and he thought he was just trying to get over. He didn't realize the guy was not paying for it. He couldn't pay for his food. So when he left out, my son said he saw him on the corner of the street when he got off work, and he told him, here's some food. I was like, my son was that person. He would give his last.
Like, some days you just never know, you never know who you'll see. So I seen him as he's homeless right now, you know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm about to give him something to eat. No problem. You keep your head up, man, all right? Just like that, you know what I'm saying? I hope all you guys have a blessed day, and you guys keep your heads up as well.
Every day without him is a painful reminder of what they've lost, a pain Gina says no mother should ever endure.
They took my child from me. No parent should ever have to bury their child. No one should have to experience this pain, this hurt.
Malique's sister Sienna reflects on a brother who was always present, whose absence is felt even more deeply now, especially for the niece Malique never got to meet.
My daughter was pregnant with her when all this happened.
He thought at my gender reveal she was going to be a little boy.
So yo, what's up, my boy? It's
your boy Leak, your Uncle Leak, and you know it's a boy, team boy.
So Malique would never know his niece. He would never get to see her, this bundle of joy, because this person did this to our family.
While nothing will bring Malique back, his mother says she won't stop until justice is served.
Because I have that God over me. I can't speak ill will on anyone, but for me, what I want justice is they be accountable. They be held accountable for what they did.
The smallest little detail can help. It could be that you were leaving Seminole Grand that night and you saw a car speeding out and you just thought it was someone leaving a party late and was trying to get home. You might have saw or heard something. You might have heard an argument. Just those little details that maybe hadn't come forward to begin with, we can use now because we have a bigger picture of the case.
The same feeling that I'm having, you could have it too at any given moment. And it's like, just turn yourself in. If you know any information, just get it off your chest and give the family some peace, because that's what we need. That's what justice looks like for me. Just peace in mind and just having clarification on who did this, because walking down the street, you never know. I could be right. I could be passing the killer. The person could be following me on Instagram. I would never know. And it's just like one of those things where it's like you can't trust anybody.
What we found is that we're not just working in silos anymore, where I'm investigating a homicide that might be a TPD case, LCSO is investigating one of their cases, and FDLE the same. Instead, we look at it from a total perspective, and each of us detectives have different experiences and different trainings. And so we look at it through different lenses and then kind of compare and contrast our notes. And then we also found that some of our cases may be connected to their cases. And so having this partnership is pivotal in solving the cold cases.
By combining their expertise and resources, the task force leaves no stone unturned, tackling cases like Malique's with renewed determination and innovative techniques.
The cold cases are difficult to work, mainly because all the normal investigative routes that we would take during a homicide investigation have already been done and didn't pan out. And so we have to think outside the box sometimes and look at different ideas on how to process evidence, try to get new technologies that weren't available at the time. And sometimes even the witnesses, even though they may have aged or might not be local anymore, that can be to our advantage because maybe they aren't in fear of retaliation because they don't live in Tallahassee anymore.
The families of those lost to violence never give up hope. Neither does the task force. Together, they are committed to finding answers and pursuing justice.
We don't stop, we don't give up. For instance, the case from 1976 was 47 years old. I'm sure the suspect that was arrested had no idea that we were even looking at it and had long forgotten his involvement in it and try to push it to the back of his mind and move on. But the community doesn't, and that family didn't, and so therefore it's important for us to continue to strive to solve these cases.
If you have any information about this or any other cold case, now is the time to come forward. Your tip could be the one that finally brings peace to a grieving family. Contact the Big Ben Cold Case Task Force or Crime Solvers at the numbers on your screen.